Ladies and gentlemen of Com 107, if you take a look up here, the picture on the right, you will see one of the most ferocious animals known to date in the animal kingdom. It has been described as powerful, quick, and deadly. If you take a look on the left, you will see one of the most ferocious male athletes ever known to us. This is Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson has been surrounded by many controversies throughout his career, both early in his career, through outside of the ring controversies, and also late in his career. He started off with a 22-0 record, one of the greatest boxers ever known, with 21 knockouts, and moved his way up the ranks to the heavyweight championship fight on August 1st, 1987, defeating Trevor Berbick in merely 2 rounds. Following this, he moved on, winning his next 7 fights and then becoming the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, which is meaning he was the WBO World Boxing Heavyweight Champion, the IBF International Boxing Federation Champion, and WBC World Boxing Council Champion. This was the first boxer to ever do this in the history of the heavyweight ranks. Following this, he started to move on to the downfall of his career after being a short-lived champion. He faced James Buster Douglas August 1st, 1990 in what was supposed to be one of his easiest fights of his career in Tokyo, Japan. Tyson lost to Buster Douglas in a 10th round knockout, moving him down into, making Tyson not the heavyweight champion anymore and losing his credibility as one of the greatest heavyweights. Following this loss, he began spiraling out of control and on-off and outside of the ring controversies. Tyson was he started going to parties and not really caring about his career inside the boxing ring, and he met his wife, Robin Givens, in 1988. And after only a short stint of marriage, about a year, he divorced her and he started going out to nightclubs instead of training and stuff like this, and was in and out of court for most of his career at this point. In 1992, Mike Tyson was convicted of rape against with Denise Richards, who was a 1992 Miss Black America. And after being convicted of rape, Tyson served 3 years in prison and was stripped of his all boxing affiliations. Following this, Mike Tyson was then once again released out of prison and got his boxing certificate back and moved on to his later career controversies, which are some of the most puzzling and people may just say downright disgusting things that have ever been known in sports. When he came back, Tyson began training again and once again moved up to have a heavyweight title shot against the now champion Evander "The Real Deal" Holyfield. In his first fight against Holyfield, it was a heavily contested fight. Both fighters landed many good punches, but Tyson lost in an 11th round knockout. Following this, Tyson said that Holyfield had been headbutting him throughout the fight and that it was unfair, that this time around he was going to take it to Holyfield and there was no way that Holyfield was going to win. However, in the rematch in June 1997, Mike Tyson bit the ear off of Evander Holyfield and spit it into the crowd, being disqualified from the fight and once again stripped of his boxing certification by the state of New Jersey. If you see the pictures up here, it's a detailed process of how the ear got bit off. He actually ripped it off in this one. Holyfield began jumping around the ring with a bloody ear hanging off his head, and then that's the aftermath of one chomp from Mike Tyson's vicious teeth. Following this, Tyson really spiraled out of control, and in 2002 he had his last real big fight against Lennox Lewis, where he was once again knocked out and kind of went off the map until recently being in the movie The Hangover, which is it's the last I've seen Mike Tyson recently. So through his early career, through his off the field or off the court incidents and his late career, Mike Tyson has been one of the most controversial sporting athletes in recent memory. And I guess I leave you with one final quote, which is WWMTD, which is what would Mike Tyson do? And thank you very much.